Hi guys, I hope you guys are doing well. Good. I'm fine. We're back in the garage. Firstly, I apologize for ghosting last Friday. I had said that I would post an episode of the series on Fridays, but then last week I had a really complicated week, and over the weekend I've just been feeling so it's Sunday today. I've just been feeling so. Yeah, Indigo, right. I have like flu like hay fever like symptoms because my sinusitis is also on steroids. My ears are itchy, my nose is itchy and painful, my eyes are doing the most, my throat, like it's bad. But for the sake of this video, I'm gonna try and collect myself and come together with myself and make this video happen. But I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves mentally, physically, spiritually, because after all, you are responsible for your health. Great. So thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed, everybody who's liked, comment, watched. I really, really appreciate it. Um, yeah, and I'm just glad that joined um you've joined in my sharing of this journey. Yes, great. Yo, guys, I'm trying so hard to like collect myself. And yeah, if you are new, of course, you please click that button, like, subscribe, share. By clicking that button, you've subscribed. Yes, that one. Do it. And thank you. Yeah, so last week we spoke about we made a contrast between confidence and arrogance, right? We just spoke about being confident, being humble, and arrogance, and all of that. And I said today we would speak about self-confidence as a fruit of confidence, right? So yeah, let's get right into it. I don't want to make this video too long. Yes. Guys, ndiyagoisha andiko right. Like, I'm getting through the most, but I hope you guys are doing well. Sorry. Guys, I'm gonna be, yeah. Yes, so a lot of us draw, sorry. Yo, guys, that's probably ill, but I can't possibly do this without doing what I'm doing right now. So I apologize for the rest of the video there. So, a lot of us draw confidence us yeah, a lot of us draw confidence from a lot of places. It could be from feedback from people. I might be looking good, but I might ukuthi ngizizwe ukuthi yeah, actually I look good or I did good on stage or yeah, whatever it is that I'm doing. When it's only something I believe when somebody says it. Uti, yes, girl. Uti, yeah, good job. Uti, yo, you set the stage on fire. Some of us draw confidence from that, from feedback. Now the issue with that is that sometimes, yabo, hey, people are busy. Yeah, people are busy, and what happens then when nobody says nothing? Or when the people you expect to notice or the people you expect to say something don't say something for whatever reason, because people have lives and people sometimes are too busy or people whatnot. What happens then when you don't get that feedback? You know, sometimes it comes from a point of comparison, you know. Um, Now, thing is, really, a lot of times nobody, like everybody wants nice things for themselves. And a lot of times you'll compare yourself to, sorry, guys, a lot of times you'll compare yourself to, sorry, guys, I apologize. A lot of times you'll compare yourself to people who are doing better than you know, because we all want nice things. And of course, you will always be inferior, you know. And then now, when we draw confidence from people who we know are doing a bit underneath, it gets to a point where we thrive off other people, not we thrive off that inferiority that we see in other people. I hope I'm making sense, and that leads to arrogance. Yo, guys, I've already apologized now. So yeah, people draw confidence from different things. Other people draw from God and all of that. So now, I draw my confidence from God. And basically, self-confidence is a it's a trust in your abilities and your judgment and your qualities and all of that. And then confidence on the other hand is a feeling or a belief that you can have faith or rely on someone or somebody, right? And great, it's good to have self-confidence and all of that, but the reason, however, that I say self-confidence, I believe self-confidence is a fruit of confidence, is that self-confidence can't, for me, it can't exist as a separate entity, as an individual, something that is a standalone. And it can't exist as a source of, as a main, it can't exist as a sole thing, you know? Because then what happens when I'm faced with something that is greater than my abilities? Because that's how life is. What happens then when I have to make a judgment on something that I'm not so informed on, or something that I'm not sure about, or all of these things? What happens when my qualities are not enough to sustain me? What happens when I get to a point where I what is required of me is greater than what I'm able to do? You know, confidence is a feeling or belief that I can have faith or rely on someone or somebody. So that is having confidence for me. When we are faced with those things that are beyond us and beyond our abilities and beyond our qualities, it requires us to have a confidence in something outside of ourselves, outside of our individual abilities and qualities and all of that. It requires us to rely on something that is outside of us, you know. And really, for me, having confidence is understanding that I'm a vessel. That confidence in God says that I'm a vessel, and the one who is responsible. I'm this container. I think I said it in my introductory video a few weeks ago, saying that the talents that we carry are mere containers. The gifts and whatnot are mere containers. Yes, you can be a good poet or whatnot. Have, I think I said it in my first, was it the first or second? I don't remember, but I think it was the one where I was introducing the series, what the series was about. You can be at a point where you I've lost my train of thought. Let's fetch it. Wow. did I want to say? Wow. You can be at a point where you're high. I forgot. I literally lost it. I'm not okay. But anyway, um, for me, our gifts, not for me, but like our gifts and our talents are mere containers and are mere vessels, right? And the one who is responsible for pouring into that vessel is God, you know. And for me, it's that really I struggle with speaking, right? Because my mind is yo. It's a movie. There's a lot happening in one in this on yes. Hoa. There's a lot happening at the same time. Yo, we have a million tabs opened at the same time, and all of that and whatnot and whatnot. And I'm really not so fluent in English. Sorry. Yo, I hate this thing. It's this concoction that my mother did for me. Oh, yes, I'm not fluent in all of that. So when it comes to speaking, at some point, at like some, and I can't think on the spot. I struggle to think on the spot. When I say something, it's easier for me. Like when I'm trying to give a message across, that's why poetry is so easy for me to communicate through because I need to write stuff down. And that's when my mind is loud and, in the zone when I'm writing. And then when I speak, usually it's stuff that, like when I speak and I feel like I've done good or I've managed to communicate whatever it is that I wanted to give or, say, it's it's after I've written it, I've written it down. So at some point, I get to a point. Oh, yes, I was talking about being a good poet when we lost a train of thought. Yes, you can be a good poet, have like basically rehearse, have a good relationship with whatever environment, be in your zone, be confident about the as the concept that you want to talk about and all of these things, but all of these things are a mere are giving a journey are to enhance the reception of whatever it is that you're communicating or whatever it is that you're giving. Sometimes you have all of those things done, but still kungahambi, but still there's something about that space that requires something outside of yourself, that requires a faith or you relying and depending on something that is outside of yourself. And for me, being God. Because honestly, like all of these things and how you say it, and because it's something I almost actually lost my poetry when I did that, when I got to a point where I was worried about yo my lines, yo whatnot, you where should I put my hand, whatnot, all these performance aspects which are very important because they enhance and make the reception quite easier and more they enhance it, but at the same time they're not the point. And honestly, I feel like I can start it through a poem, and for as long as my message was received by whoever received by whoever my target audience was, then I've succeeded, you know. So my God as a confidence and as a source of confidence comes to me in saying that he who started the good work in me will complete it, and that he has gone before me. So whether be it I'm stepping in for a pitch or I'm walking into a stage or I don't know, whatever it is, I'm walking into an exam, my confidence comes in understanding that he has gone before me and he who has started a good work will complete it. He who has started the good work in me will complete it. you know, and I know that I'm not going alone. I know that I, yeah, you know, I know that I'm secured. I know that what I lack, he's full of. I know that where I'm broken, he's whole, you know. I know that what I can't do, he can. And he comes in to complete me. He comes in to make me whole. He comes in to provide what I lack. And in that said, I now understand that I don't lack anything. I don't, for as long as he's a shepherd, I don't lack anything. And I go on stage or an exam or work or business or whatever, I go in with that understanding, and that is where I draw my source. That is where I draw my confidence, right? By relying and depending on God. And yeah, man, I mean, we have we have a lot of things happen to us in life. We have all of these things chipping away at our confidence as we grow, be it abuse, be it toxic relationships, be it failing, be it, all of these things. We have all of these things chip away at our confidence, but God made a human being in his image, and God is spirit. That means that we all know, that you probably know fairly, that the human is a body, is a mind, is a spirit. And when God said, let us create man in our image, that image was spirit. So with that said, that is a part of me that nothing can touch. That is a part of me that is the pure image of God. That is the part of me that was created first. That's a part of me that is God, you know, and that is what gives life to me. That's what speaks to my soul, speaks to my body, speaks to my mind, pours out to my emotions, pours out to my attitude, pours out to how I react, pours out to my thought process, pours out to my anxiety, pours out to all of these things. And for as long as really I am made in the image of God in that spirit, I have an assured resilience of going, like, it's that, because that part cannot be touched by anything, although I have gone through one, two, and Z, or I have encountered this and this and that, or whatever, and this and this and that has happened to me. That part of me is untainted. That part of me has not been touched by anything. And it's always it always assures me bouncing back in resilience and going back to my purest self, to that self, before all of whatever happened to me happened. Before everything happened, I still have, like, before, I hope I'm making sense, yo guys. Before, like, I still have, at every moment, that resilience to go back to myself before everything happened. So yeah, that is where I draw my source of confidence, that whatever happens to me, whatever has happened to me, affects me, but I always have that allowance to go back, and I always have that freedom, and I always have that option, that choice to go back to me before everything happened, because the spirit that is the image of God is still a part of me. It's the first me that was created, and it pours out to my soul and to my body for as long as I keep feeding it, and feeding it with the word of God. So yeah, basically that is the video. Yeah.